to Las Vegas. The food here is outrageous. Tom Garvey, the Keto Cook, makes foods without a hook. Sit right back and watch him cook.
I learned the burger flip sometime in June 1969.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Tom Garvey, the Keto Cook. Just listen to the radio. I like, my oldies music, 50s, 60s, 70s. I like all kinds of music, but just reminiscing back a little bit. Back when I was in high school, 127 years ago, I used to work in a place to start my cooking career, I guess, flipping burgers at this one local place, and we would come up with create different types of burgers, okay? And you get a little bonus at the end of the day, whatever one sold. We get like 2 or 3 different ones. Anyway, back in the day, I used to make my hamburgers, and I would, with bacon, cheeseburgers, everything like that. But I would put a couple of them together and make them like a stuffed one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recreate today. I'm going to go back, like I said, 127 years back, and I got a piece of chuck here that I'm going to take and I'm going to grind up. Now, if you follow my channel, you know that I don't buy any pre-made burgers or anything like that. Everything I do from scratch. And I also buy bacon in bulk. So what I have here is I have some frozen bacon ends and stuff like that, the way I buy it. And that's all going to get ground together. So stick around. Let's see what I can come up with. New creation here. Stick around. Be right back. Okay, just cubing up this meat. It's a small machine, so I like to make it a little bit smaller. Now, normally I like to do this a little bit semi-frozen, but I got lazy and it thawed out completely. So, with that said, I'll just cube this up and I'll run it through slow. I won't put a lot of meat in at the same time. Usually frozen, it works out better. I have the chuck, that I call it, the grinding part. That was in the freezer, so that part's pretty cold, so nothing really sticks together. As you can see, this is a fairly marbled piece here, but adding that bit of bacon to it, that'll give it a little bit more flavor too. Also, the fat content won't be dry. A lot of times, if you do grind your own stuff, sometimes the meat can be a little bit drier. So, with that said, excuse me, a little bit of bacon fat, a little bit of bacon actually gives it a little bit better flavor. Okay, we're getting ready to chop this up. Okay, it is about 3 pounds of chuck right there. Now, I use chuck steak. Sometimes I'll use some sirloin or top round, but to me that's a little bit drier. The fattier the better for us with the burgers. Tastes better, and you can't beat fresh ground meat. I don't care where you go. There's no fillers in here, nothing. The only thing added I'm going to be putting in here would be some Tommy spice, and also the bacon. The bacon bits are going to get ground up together with this. A couple we'll eat, see how many we have left, and the rest we'll freeze for another time.
Now, this video was published in November 5th of 2023, 2 years ago. At that time, I was buying that bacon right there for 3 pounds for $7. I was getting a whole chuck roll that I could cut up, and that was around $75. I seen it the other day. It's $235.
Okay, I put it through twice, 2 grinds. That's the bacon and the we call the chopped meat back in the day. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to clean out the auger inside of the grinder. We both like onions, so I'm going to grind up an onion and mix it all in with this burger here, and we're going to start putting it together. So this is the way we would get it when I remember as a kid. My mom going to a butcher shop in town, and they would freshly ground the chopped meat for her, whether it would be making meatloafs, burgers, whatever she was going to do with it. They would fresh ground right in front of her, okay? And that's, I'm telling you what, that's old school. So, yep. Okay, this is ground up. Marie is finishing cleaning up the grinder and all the cutting boards and stuff like that. So, getting back to the younger days, like I said, we would come up with, there would be a couple of us cooks, and we would come up with different types of burgers. Back in New Jersey, we used to have Taylor ham, pork roll. I call the pork roll. But we would come up with different stuff with that also. I tell you, fun times. Fun times. But I get a little nostalgic, and I figured, I listened to some old music and stuff, and I said, you know what, I'm going to come up with my old burgers that we had. Now, being keto, we don't eat any bread whatsoever. Usually Marie will make some truffles, and the truffles consist of egg. We use pork rinds in it, and some cheese. Okay, into the pan. Olive. Yeah, just a little bit in here, not a lot. And here are the 2 patties. So I'm going to let the pan heat up a little bit. It'll flip it. I just want to show you right here. Now this is a truffle, but only done on the griddle. Okay, pretty cool. That'll work out. Now, yes, that's more cheese, but it'll hold the burger together. You don't necessarily have to do it. Truffle will work. I just wanted to try this new thing out here. Pretty good size. Okay, pan's nice and hot. Dropping in burger number 1 and burger number 2. You can smell the bacon right off the bat. Okay, so this is got ground up with the beef. Is ground up some bacon, not a lot. Maybe about 6 strips I would think it would come out to be. And onion. This is what we like on our burgers, but the center is stuffed with cheese. So I'm just gonna move this around a little bit here. We'll be back when I'm getting ready for the flip. Here again, real quick, easy. Truffle buns. Truffle, I keep saying truffle. Now this is the flat bread, I would say. Now this is the first one we did. That's pretty firm. And it's got some caraway seed in it, cheese, and egg. Tommy spice. This is that, and this is the way it comes out. It looks like that. Pretty cool. My stuffed childhood burgers. It's back when I was in high school, like I said, 127 years ago. Okay. How's a little Some things you never get sick of doing. I just push them back, put them back together. Now you can see the cheese coming out of them. Now when you're dealing with fresh ground meat like this, okay, it's good to let it freeze it a little bit, just so they stay together. But this is, you can't get no fresher than this right here. All right. Okay, folks, here we go. I'm gonna put down one of the waffles, I guess we'll call them. I don't know, Ruffles. Ruffles, I don't know what to call them. That's the same thing as the truffle mix that we make. A little bit of caraway seed in there. This right here is mayonnaise and some hot sauce. I love my hot sauce on there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking one of the stuffed bacon onion cheeseburgers. Now you can see the cheese coming out of there. Okay. And I'm going to take the other top. So I'm going to put a little bit more dressing on here. Now, perfectly all keto. And I'm going to put the top on. Put down like that. And there it is. Now, that's a nice salad with some roasted red pepper, some onion. That is onions that I had soaked with red wine vinegar, okay, and romaine lettuce. Plain and simple, easy dinner, okay. And now I'm gonna take a bite of this right here. Oh man, oh yeah. Can't talk right now. That is awesome. This is awesome. Holy moly. Okay. up close and personal, but this is a home run. Unbelievable. Everybody, thanks for watching. Talk to you next time. Maybe I'll go back 150 some years back to my childhood. Talk to you later.